and why they changed. Let's watch this thing now. And watch how fast this thing goes. Pop, pop, pop. We're at 5 seconds. We're already loading several pages. Do you see how this thing is? It's just fast. Everything pop, pop, pop. It's instant. It gives people what they want, when they want it, instantly, right now. And it's fast. And that's one of the big benefits of an openless app with a PWA integration. So, I want to talk now, that was the progressive web app part with the openless app. But I want to talk about this one hub thing now to make this real self-evident for you. How many of you guys ever done this? You go out to a website and you click on a YouTube link and it takes you out to YouTube, and like 15 minutes later you're on like the 4th video and you forgot why you were even there. Raise your hand. You see, we do it all the time. Businesses are killing their chances because they send them out to other places. This is not just YouTube, guys. This is email, social media. We're sending them out on these different lands. Well, guess what? You know what? That might be good for YouTube, but that's not good for your business. You've got to bring it into them. This is why the one hub is so, so important. This single hub is the consumer gets everything brought to them. All convenient, all the time, 24/7. They never have to go anywhere else. You have them on your screen, whatever you're doing, B2B, B2C, and they're interacting in your hub. It's a very, very powerful thing. Now, let's talk about this in terms of commerce and retail. Omni-channel, right, in the one hub, whether it is online shopping, which you guys are involved in with merchants, it's offline retailing, or it is chat. You guys all know now, the new medium is messaging, right? And conversation is the new currency. And that is not ever going to change going forward. People want to do this. They've already voted. You guys are doing it too. So I'm going to talk about each of these right now. So let's talk about online shopping inside the app. So think about it this way. If a retailer has a current e-commerce site, guess what? They don't need to recreate it. It can be brought into the openless app. It's still secure. They can still do the payment mechanisms, all those kinds of things. But the online could be there. People can shop. They can view products. You could do the same thing. That's very, very powerful. You can use existing payment solutions in there. We can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, Stripe, PayPal. Some of you guys, Amex, Visa, MasterCard, right? You're behind the Apple Pay, Google Pay solutions. You can still do that. Nothing changes in that regard. It's still your business. Okay? The customer has voted, and guys, you can go, I could cite all kinds of statistics up here. I'm not going to bore you with that today. You know the statistics as well yourself. But the world has changed, and the statistics are showing it. There's a lot of things around email and websites and social media that show that, people, they're not using it like they used to. So, now, let's talk about an in-store situation. So imagine a situation where all of you and all your customers, they could choose the stores that are their favorites. And they could put them in there. And when they go to the shopping mall or the outlet mall, when they're passing by those favorite stores because they have chosen, the beacon proximity pops up the openless app and starts interacting with them. Now, take me, for instance. I run. I like doing that. It's great. I get good business ideas out there. I like to shop at Nike. I like Nike shoes. I don't know if Nike's in here, but I'm not doing an endorsement for you. I just like Nike shoes because the way they feel on my feet when I run. So I'm going to put them in my favorites, right? So when, let's say, my shoes are wearing out, I typically buy 3 or 4 pairs of shoes a year, and sometimes I buy shoes for racing and then shoes for like trail running, right? So there's different types of shoe applications. How many of you guys in here run? You guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, some of you guys do. All right, so you get it. So let's say now I went and I shopped for a pair of new shoes online. I'm at home, I'm relaxed, and I'm watching TV and I'm shopping, and I go, oh, there's a new pair. I just bought a pair. It's a Flex 2018. I love those shoes. So I looked at them, but guess what? They're new shoes, and I got to try them on, right? Because we're not sure. Even with all the returns, I don't want to return it back to Amazon. Why? I don't have any more patience. I want to go get it now, right? We all do. So when I go down to the Nike store, here's what happens. I come close to the Nike store, and guess what? Boom! Proximity sensor pops up, and it says, hey, welcome, Peter. I see you're at the Nike shop. Would you like to stop in and see our VIP offers? Now, this is where you can stop showrooming. So guess what? I can go in and I can get the same price as whatever's out there on some of the big retailers online. So therefore, those people aren't going to showroom anymore because I can get the same price at the Nike store. Okay? So now here's what happens. So I'm there. Now I walk into the store and guess on the other side, the sales associate pops up on her phone. She knows I'm there. Peter's in the store. Why? Because she has the data with the Openlist app. So now she comes up and greets me, and she takes me over to the shoes because she has the data in her hand on the phone, on her business phone. I go over and I shop, and I try the shoes on. I like them, and guess what? Right there, I can say, okay, I want to buy these shoes. I do it with Apple Pay or Google Pay, or if she has a Stripe reader or whatever. And I can go ahead and order them. She can scan the barcode on the box that shows that I purchased them, and I walk out the door. No more point of sale, no more shopping lines. I don't like that, and most people don't either. I don't have the patience to stand in the line anymore. You guys ever done holiday shopping? You stood way out there, and you're going, man, this is baloney. I want to go. I have things to do, right? This is where the world is shifting in point of sale. So I have this frictionless pay solution. Now, here's where it gets even better. A few days later, because Nike, I'm one of their customers, and I have opted in, and I like using their shoes, they send me a push notification for engagement, and it's how to be a better runner. Now, these push notifications, they could be on how to have better nutrition for running, better endurance, preventative injury, or any running programs, right? But they're giving me tips and information to build a relationship. So it's not just about buying their shoes. This is, you guys that are serious runners, you know what I'm talking about, right? This is a world we live in, and we like it. And we race, or we trail run, or whatever, okay? Now, think about it this way. So they're giving me push notifications and re-engaging me. Now, this chat, conversational commerce, chat for relationships is this. It could also pop up and ask me questions. What are you interested in, Pete? What would you like to find out more about? They're asking, are you training for a race? Do you want better endurance, preventative injury? Or do you want to do trail running around your state? Which I would like to do. So what I do is I go, oh, you know what, I am interested in trail running, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, where am I going? Back online to the Nike store. I'm going to look to see what they have for trail running shoes, because I like Nike. And now, but I got to try them on because it's a new type of shoe for me, right? So guess what? I go back down to my retailer, and I can then try on the shoes and do the same thing. Now, I can also have the chat for relationships pop up other things. Because I race, you can see here, they sent me, hey, are you interested? It says, hey, Peter, thanks for your recent purchase. I hope your shoes are fine. We've got a new line of racer tank tops that you might like. And I can search for them, and I can buy those right online. I don't have to try those on. I know I'm medium. I know what that feels like, right? So again, this is where I can choose the journey I want. How many of you guys play video games out here? Anybody? Some of you guys are like real. It's like, I don't know. Should I admit that? But think video games, right? Think Zelda. Think different, like where people that play video games, they choose their own journey. That's what this chat's all about. And that's what I was talking about in Orlando when I met Laura. You get to choose your own journey. You get to go where you want to go, not what is shoved down your throat by the retailer or the other business. And that's very, very powerful. So, guys, here's the thing. Whether you're a retailer, a merchant, or any other business in this space, you got to look at this and see this for what it really is, okay? We've got to flip the website and retail to streaming commerce. It's got to be a single journey, a seamless payment experience, conversational commerce. You know, I really agree with Scott Galloway when he said, it isn't e-commerce that's killing, it's the phone. And it's how people are using this phone and the platforms that you use to engage with them. And again, this is not, if you think this is just B2C, you're going to be that boiled frog. This is B2B as well. Because we're all humans, we're all on these phones, we're all interacting and engaging with each other. Okay? It's time, I think, to rethink point of sale. We've got to think differently. If this is really hitting you guys and you're thinking about like, well, geez, how do we do this? Right? We can talk about that. I'm going to be around today and I'll share that with you in just a second. But I'm here to tell you, whoever gets this right, whoever gets the small screen up, you will be the category king in your space. Okay? You're going to eliminate lines, you're going to engage conversations, engage customers, and you will be that category king that Christopher Lockhead talks about in Play Bigger. It's only a matter of time. You got to be seamless. You got to eliminate these lines. You got to create a more convenient experience, no matter what your business is, for your particular customer or client. So the other thing too is, now that we've gotten a peek into the future, where we are today, what some of these solutions are, I'm here to tell you, look, we're all in the same boat. I'm in the same boat just like you, even though I'm a product innovator. We're all in the same boat. I don't even have a website, really. You know what I have? I have an openless app because I want to bring people into our environment. So we don't do websites. So if you go look for us, by the way, there's cards on the table. We'll talk about that in a second. You can grab that card. But if you go look for us, you're gonna see that it's an openless app. It's not a website because, in my opinion, websites are kind of dead. I'd rather have an interactive experience with you. So I was asked, Laura came, she saw what I was talking about with chatbots and conversational commerce, and since that time we've come a long ways too in the openless app environment. And I was asked to come here to share this with you today to get you thinking as the opening keynote about, not where the world is going, where the world is now. And we all have to get on board with that world. I'm kind of like the cobbler's son with no shoes because, I don't have fancy websites and billboards and all that kind of stuff. Or I'm like the builder, right, that still has stuff to fix in their home because I'm always out helping other clients. And that's okay, and I feel okay about that because we're about innovation and creating solutions that match with the way we're all using these things, right? Whether we're corporations, employees, or customers ourselves. The thing about it is if you're a forward thinker, if you want to differentiate your business, if you're an early adopter and not a late Main Streeter, late Main Streeters, they wait until basically the world is using it, and guess what? Now you got a whole bunch of competition. So if you're one of those people out there, you're going to be okay. And this is something that you're going to want to get started on and you're going to look at after you get out of this conference. The good news for you, though, is you're not behind the curve because you guys are all smart because you came here. And you're hearing this message and you can jump on this. So where do you start? Well, if you think about it, in streaming commerce, you need a blueprint, right? Think about it like a house, right? If you want to build a house, you need to have a blueprint, right? Well, where do you get the blueprint from? You get it from an architect. If you want to build a smarter house, you got to have a smarter architect, and that's kind of where we come in and how we can change things in your environment. You can't ignore what's going on. This is not something that you can just go, well, I'll think about it next month or next year. Because by that time, your competitor may have thought about it, and you may end up being that boiling frog. Like Scott Galloway said, you could either have mobile happen to you or happen for you. And this goes, like you saw in my talk, it goes way beyond phone apps. In fact, I'm not a big proponent of phone apps anymore because of all of that friction that I talked about. It's not convenient for people. It was okay here because you guys had a definite need. I'm not knocking your phone app, Laura, but you had a need, you all have it, and you're going to use it. But let me ask you this time next year, will you have that phone app on your phone? No, you get rid of it because it served its purpose, right? So you got to look at kind of how things are interacting there. You guys can be Netflix or Amazon, or you could be JCPenney, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, Sears. If you're financial people, you should look at Sears. I looked at the other day their income statements. They're in big trouble. Kmart, big trouble, right? Blockbuster, I think there's one store left in the country. I think it's in California. That's it. So these are the things that you have to look at. The role of the sales associate that is pulling and driving your merchant payment solutions, they have to be part facilitator, part concierge with this data-driven approach. They have to be better at what they're doing, but they have to have the tools. Do you know Macy's now, when they're hiring people, they're asking to see what kind of skills do you have in computers and mobile phones? How do you interact? They want to know, because guess what? They're doing some of this right now. So this is not something that, you could just, I'll think about it later, right? Consumers, they've already voted, like I said up here on the screen. They want mobile, they want instant, they want 24/7. They want it now. And they are not going to wait for you. They're going to move ahead with or without you. That we want to be moving around. This is our third arm in a virtual physical space. We always have these things. I was telling somebody at breakfast that was sitting with me, I read this last year, do you realize there's a statistics? Do you know that 72,000 people do this, step off a curb, and they get hit by a car and get killed? Yeah. I mean, we're kind of addicted to these dumb things, but it is what it is, right? So, this is a single place where you get everything you need. Now, what I want you guys to do, we're wrapping the talk up here, and I hope this really helped you. If you want, there's cards on the table. I'm here to help you guys, right? I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to help you. So if you want to grab one of the cards on the table, or you can look up, you can text. Do you guys know how to do short codes and things like that on texting? So here's how you do it. You type in 555-888 to where you put the phone number, and then where you do the text message, type open list. And then our SMS, our message will pop up. You can tap the link and it'll pop up our Open List app. And you can play around with it to see what it really looks like. If you want to talk to me, my information is on that card. If you want to text me or call me. I'm going to be around today with Kaz. We're going to New York City for more business tomorrow. But if you guys want to reach out sometime while we're here and chat, or if you want to chat next week, you can. I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. But I am here to help you guys to move you ahead in your companies. What I want to do is I want to close this talk out. I want to tell you what I call my 1993 story. So back in 1993, how many of you guys were out working in 1993? Raise your hand. Okay, good. There's a few of us old people. So back in 1993, I was playing around with this thing called the internet, right? You guys know that's when the internet came out. I was with my buddy Mark Hastings, electrical engineer down the basement of his house, and we were being smart engineering guys, right? So we were like, well, we're going to build a website on Mosaic. So we're doing the coding and all that kind of stuff, right? And I was talking to Mark, and I go, hey, Mark, you heard about these things called domain names? And he goes, yeah. I said, do you think we maybe should get some of those? Now, back then, they were free. I don't know if you guys that are older know that. 1983, domain names were free. Could have picked up whatever you wanted. Well, guess what? Dumb me. I'm smarter now, but dumb me. I was so enamored with building a website, I forgot about picking up the domain names. And here's why I'm telling you that. And these are not alone. There's many, many examples. Do you know that about a year and a half ago, insurance.com and vacationrental.com sold for over $35 million? And there's many of them that sold for multi-million. And I'm saying this, guys, not for your own personal gain. I'm saying this about the missed opportunity to try to make an impression on you. We all have had missed opportunities in our career, in our personal life. The point I'm trying to bring up is the technology waters, the temperatures are rising. And you don't want to be that boiling frog. You don't want to be JCPenney or Sears or Blockbuster or any of those, right? You want to be a category king. Well, how do you become that category king? How do you become different? Well, first of all, read this book so you know what the methodology is. But you've got to start with a small screen experience up. Everybody's on these in business and in their life. And so you have to look at eliminating phone apps and really going openless. The world wants pop-up instant. They want instant chat, instant interface. They want everything to come to them. They don't want to go anywhere. It's a real hassle. And people just aren't doing it, and you can go do all the statistical research you want, but all the statistics show it. They want a virtual streaming experience. Like I said, they want it instant, they want it 24/7, they want it now. They want to order while laying in bed. They want to do things on their phones. So do all of you. This small shift, guys, can yield massive results. If you don't believe it, think Uber. Remember my story on Uber? Very simply. They were out in the cold. This is baloney. I had to think of a better way to do this. And look where Uber is now. Now, yeah, it took a lot of work to get there, but that was the basic premise of what happened. Very interesting story if you read that. Now, technology is going to continue to move. There's going to be new conditioned behaviors. We're working on augmented reality right now where you can actually look at your phone, you can try on shoes, you can do dresses, you can speak at events. Imagine having the speaker and you can actually see them talking, see the crowd. That's all coming. We have that ability. Immersion experiences are not that far off. But the key thing is, guys, is you've got to really pay attention, and it's time to make these changes in your business, both B2B and B2C. You can't wait anymore. Because like I said, the consumers, they voted already. They're moving ahead with or without you. And we are all doing the same thing because we're all consumers ourselves. Think about how you use the phone. So I think, do we have some time for questions, or are we all up? Okay, so guys, I really want to thank you for listening to my talk, and thanks for coming, hanging out with me, and enjoy the rest of the conference throughout the next couple days. So thank you.
Peter Lasowski, everybody.